Cool. Next one. One person asked me kind of this week, and I get it quite often. They said, where should I start with my training in the gym? I don't know where to start. Now, I'll answer this one to start with, and you can kind of chip in. So,
well, I feel like this is actually quite a fitting question for you, because I'm pretty sure 6-7 years ago, I came to you. I don't even know.
You don't know how many years
I came to you. I was like, where do I start with my training? Never been in the gym before. So what's the advice you gave me?
Yeah. So first of all, I want to break this right down, like strip this right back and break it down. The first thing you want to think about is how many days can you actually go to the gym? Like, let's not even think about what you fucking do when you get there first. Let's think about how many days you're actually going to be able to get there and be realistic on that, because I get a lot of people say, I'm going to train 5 or 6 days a week. And I'm like, what do you do for work? They're like, I'm a nurse and I do split shifts and I work 60 hours a week and I've got 2 kids.
Never been to a gym before.
Yeah, I've never been to a gym before. And I'm like, how are you going to go 5 or 6 days a week? So however many you think you can go one less. Like, always taper it down one. If you think you can train 5 days a week, work out how you can get there 4 days. If you think you can do 4, work out how you can get there 3 days.
I think just on that note really quick, don't forget what we're about to say.
Oh, I've forgotten.
No, but I do this all the time. At least it's not as bad as the first episode. I think I interrupted you every 2
Yeah, Michaela was really anxious in the first episode.
I was. I was so
felt
anxious.
like she had to be talking all the time. So every time I opened my mouth to talk, she'd be like, oh, can I speak now, please?
No, because when there's silence, I get really anxious and awkward. And I'm like, oh, quick, fill it.
Don't ever do that on camera again. Love
fuck.
it. What were you going to say? You've forgotten.
Yeah.
Number of days of the week that we were going to train.
Oh, yes, number of days of the week that you're going to train. I feel like as a newbie in the gym as well, if you're saying you're going to do 5 days a week and you've got all of these external circumstances going on, if you don't hit 5 days a week, you're going to be really disappointed in yourself. And you're going to get down in the dumps, you're going to chuck in the towel, be like, why am I even doing this? I can't even do 5 days a week. When you're probably doing 4 days a week, which is pretty good. So it's always good to scale it back and then scale back up.
And we're very much now under the mindset of less is more as well. Like, if you go to the gym one less session per week, but you do that every single week, you will actually put more into those training sessions. So you'll get just as much benefit from it. And also, obviously, as you said, like the mental side of things as well. Now, let's look at, once you've worked out how many days you want to train, ideally the type of training that you should be doing. So I always recommend strength training comes first, and then any other training or elements of training that you want to do, like we spoke about last week with Drew's podcast, like the fuck around and find out.
Speaking of Drew.
Yep, Sunday Run
Club. I'm Jumper. I'm back into my running, so I feel like I can actually wear this. When I wasn't running, I didn't.
You felt like you were a bit of a fraud.
Yeah, a bit of a fraud.
Yeah.
So day 2 of running.
Anyway, strength training I think always should come first in anyone's training schedule, and then you add all your other little bits and bobs around it. Now, when it comes to strength training and not knowing where to start, I'm suggesting that whoever is asking this question and people asking this question are a beginner. Like, they've not really done much work in the gym before. So I would always look to keep it as simple and easy as possible and do mixed training sessions where you're mixing upper and lower. If you were to do an upper body day and a lower body day, so you get so many people like with the bro split doing like a push day with upper body for chest and then a upper back day, or so many chicks now doing glute days or lower body days. If you do that, you're going to completely fuck your legs up, or you're going to completely fuck your upper body up and train or overtrain for your own capability and ability levels, that you're then not going to be able to walk for 2 or 3 days, or you're not going to want to train. So it will then give that negative relationship in your mind around exercise because it hurts. So do mixed body days where you split up your upper body and lower body on each day that you train, so you're not completely wrecking a specific body part.
And like, we've all been there. I'm pretty sure I used to do a very similar thing before I got proper help, and I'm sure you can, but when you're trying to sit on the toilet after like a killer leg day and you're like sliding down the walls, I don't want to be doing that. So of course I'm going to avoid going to the gym. Yeah. That shit's painful.
It is. So once you've worked out kind of what muscle groups and stuff you're doing on each day that you train, we then want to work out what sets and reps you're doing. So I would literally keep that, again, as simple as possible and do 3 sets of 10 of each exercise that you're going to do. Okay, so you don't have to overdo it. You don't have to be on a machine and doing 10 sets or anything crazy like that. But you also don't want to do too little. You don't want to go into the gym and just do, which I have seen before, and it's just people just going into the gym for the sake of it, in my opinion. But people going in and literally doing 1 set on each machine and working their way around the whole gym. That's not what I mean by doing a mixed body day where you work all your muscle groups. You don't just use every machine, but I would say pick 5 or 6 exercises. Okay. You don't have to pick 10. You don't have to get overwhelmed. Like if you pick 10 exercises, you'll get very overwhelmed. And just do 3 sets of 10 on 5 or 6 exercises to start with if you're starting out. So that is going to create a really nice, stable program for you. And make sure that then when you do that session, you then back it up by doing different muscle groups or different body parts on the next session that you do. And that will help keep everything nice and balanced. So you've got sets and reps, 3 sets of 10, 5 or 6 exercises, and you've got...
How many days a week to train?
How many days a week to train. You've got your body parts. One other tip, I guess, is when people don't know where to start in the gym, use 2 things. Use machines. Barbells and dumbbells are fucking scary. Like a lot of people get very intimidated. And without being stereotypical, females get very fucking scared of barbells and dumbbells.
I can vouch for that.
Like I was training yesterday morning, Monday morning itis, where people are every fucker's in the gym on a Monday morning. I said to George, where were these guys yesterday? Because we trained on Sunday, which is the first time I've trained on Sunday in about 6 months.
All right, big Ed.
But I was like, where are these people yesterday? Like there was so many people in the gym and everyone was over by the dumbbells. The dumbbell area felt crammed. And I said to George, how busy is it? And then he went, yeah, it is. And I looked around and I went, no, it's not. Look around. Everyone was in one spot, right by the dumbbells. And that's why it's intimidating. The other thing is there's the element of kind of safety when you don't know what you're doing or you're not sure what you're doing with dumbbells and barbells because they're free weights. They're called free weights. They move. So have a crack with some machines. Stick with some machines. And then the second bit, which I said 2 things about 10 minutes ago before I got on a rant, is use YouTube. Use videos. Watch videos on demonstrations of how to do exercises so that you can understand how the movement works. Or ask someone. Ask someone in the gym. Get some guidance.
Can you tell that Russ is head of coaches education and development within the company?
That's me.
He's got a lot of passion for it. A lot of passion for it. But no, I agree with every single point there. Coming from a coach, but as well as that, coming from like a consumer too, because that's the advice you gave me 6, 7, 8 years ago, whenever the hell that was. And look at me now. I'm an athlete. No, I'm kidding. I'm not an athlete.
I'm not.
I am a Sunday run. No, I'm not. I'm not that either. So
you're just you. Keep it simple. Structure your sessions well, and you'll be absolutely fine. I think reach out for advice. Reach out for help.
And like if anyone is listening to this and like you've got questions and you don't know where to start, we love to help people. That's like our core value. It's what like lights us up on the inside. So ask us. We are more than happy to point you in the right direction. Yeah.
And ultimately, like we can tell you what to do within the gym. Where we come in as coaches, and the biggest area that Coaching Society helps people with is the ongoing support and without saying training isn't detailed. Training is very detailed, but
it's quite complex, yeah.
We go into the more complexities of like your health and your biomarkers and everything like that. So
wellness.
Yeah, that's where coming on board as a client, we can help you further, but the basic information of kind of how to structure your training program.
It's out there.
Whatever, just let us know.